Once upon a time in the sleepy town of Maplewood, two siblings, Lily and Max, stumbled upon a massive cardboard box outside Mr. Johansson's hardware store. Curry, ooze and adventurous, they dragged the box back home, their minds swirling with possibilities. What if it's a spaceship? Pondered Max, eyes gleaming with excitement. Emmett, or a castle, Lily countered, already sketching a drawbridge on the side of the box. With a few markers, some old fabric, and a heap of imagination, the simple cardboard box transformed. First, it became a towering castle, where Princess Lily and Knight Max defended their realm against dragons, imaginary ones, of course, and hosted banquets, complete with plastic tea sets and cookie crumbles. As the sun began to dip, their castle morphed effortlessly into a spaceship. The duo, now astronauts, adorned helmets made from smaller boxes and peeked through a window cut out from the side. They traveled to the moon, then to Mars, electing space rocks and racing against aliens. As night fell, the spaceship quietly turned into a secret submarine, exploring the dark, mysterious depths of the Atlantic. With a flashlight casting eerie shadows inside their craft, they discovered underwater caves and chased after the rare glowing fish that inhabited the murky world. Hours passed in what felt like minutes. The box had traveled worlds, bringing the moon, the ocean, and fantastical creatures to their backyard. Time for bed, Mom called out, peeking into their imaginative universe. Can the box stay? Lily asked.
Once upon a time in a quiet corner of little Sally's room stood an assortment of cardboard boxes, collected from various family purchases. To any visitor, these appeared to be ready for the recycling bin, but to 5-year-old Sally, they were portals to distant worlds waiting to be explored. One rainy Saturday afternoon, confined indoors, Sally felt the tickle of adventure tickle her imagination. She selected the largest box, a massive square from her father's new lawnmower, and transformed it with crayons and markers into a spaceship labeled SS Adventure. Captain Sally ready for takeoff, she announced to her teddy bear co-pilot, Theo, and her cat, Mr. Whiskerson, who blinked sleepily from the corner. Sally placed inside the spaceship her favorite book about planets and stars, a flashlight for space beams, and some cookies wrapped in a napkin for space food. Initiating launch sequence, Sally counted down dramatically. 3, 2, 1, blast off. With each blast off, Sally shook the box back and forth. The living room transformed into a dark expanse of space spotted with stars, as the flashlight's light danced on the walls. Their first stop was the moon. Sally donned her astronaut helmet, a retired bike helmet adorned with more of her artistry. Sea flare, and explored the craggy surface, marked by the piles of pillows. Mr. Whiskerson, promoted to space alien, joined the mission and both enjoyed a short picnic on the lunar surface. Next, they hurtled through asteroids made from scattered socks and landed on Mars, where they discovered alien life in the form of her sock puppet, Mars.
In the sleepy town of Willowbrook, 7-year-old Emily discovered a large cardboard box outside her house one summer morning. It had likely been left behind by the movers next door, and it was big enough to spark any child's eye. Imagination. Intent on having an adventure, Emily dragged the box into her backyard and rummaged through her mother's craft supplies. She emerged triumphantly with markers, tape, and a pair of scissors. With the fervor of a winged explorer, Emily transformed the simple cardboard box into a magnificent spaceship adorned with hand-drawn stars, planets, and a bold nameplate that read, SS Adventure. By lunchtime, her creation was ready. She crawled inside the flaps of the box closing behind her to form the doors of her very own intergalactic cruiser. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Emily shouted, her voice echoing inside the box as she imagined hurtling through space, past comets and planets. Her journey took her to the far reaches of the universe, to a planet she named Glitterglow. Here, Emily encountered creatures of all shapes and colors. Using bits of chalk, she drew her new alien friends around the inside walls of the box. There were blue fluffles with big eyes and tiny winged zippets that glittered gold. As the sun began to set, Emily's mother called her back to reality. Time to come in, Captain Emily. TLY, Emily popped her head out of the box.
Loyal subjects. By the time the sun began setting, Marcus was a pirate, sailing his ship across the vast living room seas, in search of hidden islands and buried treasure marked on his hand-drawn as a vessel of wonder, taking him anywhere he dared to imagine. As Marcus went to bed, he dreamed of tomorrow's adventures, knowing the magic box would be ready to sail again into new worlds. He even used a plastic bowl for a helmet and pretended to blast off to Mars, navigating through asteroid belts and discovering new galactic territories. As the spaceship landed back in his room, it was the missing piece for his imagination. That Saturday morning, after cartoons and a hearty breakfast, Marcus dragged the box from the kitchen to his room, armed with a set of colorful Castle under siege, which Marcus, the valiant knight, defended from dragons and evil wizards. He cut out a drawbridge and used his blanket as a moat, his plush toys serving as both his enemies and fighting imaginary sharks and discovering treasure chests filled with jewels and gold. Lunchtime came and went, and Marcus's adventures only grew. By mid-afternoon, the same box had been an enchante. Hookers, a pair of scissors, and his
Once upon a time, in the sleepy suburb of Maplewood, 8-year-old Leo discovered an ordinary cardboard box discarded next to the sidewalk. To any passerby, it was just a box, but to Leo, it was the missing piece to his grand adventure. Upon dragging the box into his backyard, Leo, armed with markers and an array of stickers, transformed it into a mighty spaceship. His trusty cat, Whiskers, became his co-pilot as the boy donned a plastic helmet, preparing for liftoff. With a swish and a whoosh, they embarked.